You're staring at your phone, and for the first time in years, the silence doesn't feel like a void. It feels like a choice. Your heart doesn't race when a notification pops up, and you finally stopped rehearsing imaginary conversations in the shower just to feel prepared for a rejection that hasn't even happened. You aren't bitter, you're just finished. If you feel this strange, heavy relief in the absence of the chase, let me tell you something. You aren't broken, and you're not giving up. You are finally listening to a nervous system that has spent too long in the trenches of emotional warfare. This brings us to case file number 802, the silent withdrawal. Society loves to misdiagnose this state as cynicism or burnout, as if you've simply grown cold. But if we treat this like a forensic investigation of the mind, we find something very different. This isn't a failure of the heart, it's a brilliant adaptation mechanism. When your brain realizes that the return on investment for your emotional labor is constantly in the red, it triggers a protective shutdown. Biologically, your ventral vagal system is trying to pull you out of high-alert social hunting and into a state of conservation. You're not losing the ability to love, you're gaining the ability to survive yourself. To understand this shift, we need to examine the first piece of evidence: dopamine exhaustion. Constant chasing keeps your brain in a gambling loop, like a slot machine that never pays out. Eventually, your receptors down-regulate, and the frantic thrill of the hunt gets replaced by the peace of the plateau. And that leads to what I call the hyper-independence pivot. This is the moment you stop searching for a missing piece and realize you are never incomplete. You're not a puzzle waiting to be solved. You're a completed system. You stop being a seeker and become a sovereign state. And this isn't just theory. A study from the University of Toronto found that satisfaction with being single is highest among people who prioritize self-determination over social validation. So your brain isn't lonely. It's just finally enjoying its own company without the static of someone else's approval. You've entered what I call emotional triage. You stop tracking every micro-expression because your mental bandwidth is finally being redirected inward. But let's be honest. Every investigation has a shadow side. This piece comes with a cost, a quiet, persistent fatigue that appears when you realize you've been your own advocate for too long. You might feel like a ghost in a room full of people still playing the game, watching them scramble for crumbs while you sit at a table you built yourself. And the hypervigilance that once kept you safe now makes it hard to lower your guard, even when the threat is gone. It's heavy, being the only person you can truly trust. But here's where you flip the script. Stopping the chase isn't a retreat, it's an ascension. It means your self-worth is finally detached from the opinions of strangers. You've built a psychological immune system that no longer tolerates breadcrumbs. This isn't the end of your story. It's the moment the protagonist stops waiting to be saved and starts building a kingdom. You were never meant to be the hunter. You were meant to be the destination. The investigation into your mind continues. Subscribe, and let's keep digging for what lies beneath the surface.